Start video. No, not yet. I've got
wait, are you in Zoom? Oh, you are.
I just, yeah. Oh, shoot, we're recording. Why is it recording?
Because I said record automatically. Okay.
Okay, welcome everybody to this special live LifeVantage overview. I'm Christi Vogt, and I've got Tara Wilson here. And we're coming in from all over the place. We are here in Colorado. And I just want to talk to you, and this whole presentation is going to be how to live longer better. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't want to live that long if I'm going to have aches and pains and disease and whatnot. But we want to talk about how to live longer better, because in the end, isn't quality of life what matters? I mean, it doesn't matter if we live to 100 years old, if at 75, our bodies start to break down. So that's what we're going to talk to you about today. And think about the conversations that you guys have really on a daily basis. It doesn't matter, who you're having it with, male, female, how old they are, where they live, how much money they have. But there are conversations, people are not sleeping well, they're not feeling well. Your hormones are out of whack. They have gut issues. So just pay attention to those stories, and they're more, you hear more often than not. And why is disease on the rise? So we are going to touch on that today. What are most of you doing to feel better or to think you're feeling better? You're buying supplements and vitamins and energy drinks and sleeping aids and over-the-counter pain medications because you want to feel better. You want to do everything you can to lower your risk for disease and for aging. You just don't know how to do it. Unfortunately, most of your vitamins and supplements are not regulated, and they're showing that they're doing more harm to our bodies than good, because our bodies don't recognize those high doses of synthetic ingredients.
And we found out yesterday that $30 billion is being spent on vitamins and supplements in the U.S. alone.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, just randomly, people will just buy them off the shelf. And I understand, people get busy day after day after day, just doing everything they possibly can without really thinking through it or looking at studies and research about what they're putting into their bodies. So we're going to give you those studies and research before you put the next thing in your body. So how would you like your body to, how would it feel to function better, to perform better naturally, and have your body kick in, if you're 50, have your body feel like you're, 30 years old and 20 years old, and, support your mood and motivation and decrease oxidative stress and inflammation and have better sleep and just have an overall sense of well-being naturally. So we're excited to share that with you today. So you guys, it's all about biohacking. Biohacking simply means taking control of your own biology. It is a thing, I promise you. Some of you may have, heard bits and pieces and seen it, here and there. You might be reading about it, or you might know nothing about it, or you might be super skeptical that it is even a thing. But it is a thing, and you'll know after this presentation today what we're talking about. You can biohack your brain, biohack athletic performance and recovery, biohack the aging process. And, it's all over the news now, really. Time Magazine, How to Live Longer Better, their new book that came out, Lifespan. Tara's going to touch on that, why we don't have to age. Aging is actually a disease. So wherever you are right now, when you're listening to this, just take the next 30 minutes, set aside all distractions, and just open up your mind, at least hear this information, try to best understand what we're talking about, because it is happening. We are able to biohack, and then, after this presentation, make your own decision. So I am now going to turn it over to my friend, my mentor, really the most intelligent person I know out there. We call her Rain Man. But Tara is from Arizona, and she is one of the top leaders in the industry, one of the top leaders in our company, LifeVantage. She has helped over 150 people earn 6- and 7-figure incomes. So, that just means that she's, helping more and more people become entrepreneurs. She's earning about $82,000 a month, ridiculous money in this company. And again, we throw that number out because in our industry, what you're earning is just a reflection of how many people you're helping. And that's where her heart is. She's amazing. And I'm going to let her take over now.
Awesome. And if you want to grab that book, I got to read that excerpt, right? The Lifespan book. Yes. Hey, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us live or sometime in the future on a recording. We are in beautiful Colorado on a tour, 5-meeting tour, and having a great time and just sharing the message of nutrigenomics and biohacking. And biohacking means doing anything, taking control of your biology to do anything to hack or make a different outcome for your life. So if you're sleeping 8 hours a day instead of 3, that's biohacking. If you're eating a salad instead of a hamburger, that's biohacking. If you're drinking water instead of soda, that's biohacking. But we can take it to another level because we obviously need to, because disease is on the rise. And so there's a need for a whole new school of thought. We're no longer going to be able to just eat right, exercise, and take some vitamins. Clearly, over the last 60 years, since supplements and vitamins were introduced to our market, we wouldn't have a pretty much straight line of growth of disease in this country. My mother fell victim to cancer 5 weeks from diagnosis to death at 65 years old. So this is a personal mission of mine because I look at my children and I see the future. You know, they're young. They're like, as you saw on the previous slide, you know, here we go. They're 10, 13, and 19. And so when I got into the industry 12 and a half years ago, the tall beauty on the left, who is actually 13, she's 5'11", takes after my husband, clearly. She was 11 months, my son was 7, and my little one didn't come in for about 2 years after I had already retired myself from corporate America. And then 5 years in, we were able to bring my husband home too. So my family has had 3 stay-at-home parents, all because of this industry. And, you know, it's all started with a mission for me to just want to help people live longer, healthier lives, and through products, but also education. And then we've been able to help a lot of people like myself and Christi become entrepreneurs in this endeavor to help more people. So my journey led me here 4 years ago. Actually, this month is 4 years ago, because I was intrigued by the next level. You know, yeah, if you're deficient in iron, sure, you can supplement iron, but we're not deficient in herbs. So it would be weird to say they're supplements because we're not really supplementing. It's more like, you know, a pharmaceutical-like effect, but with something natural. So, you know, when you take let's see, ibuprofen, vitamin I, as you say it, it, you know, attaches to like a dopamine receptor and tells your body to stop pain. That's a pharmaceutical effect. Well, we now know that we can put nutrition in our body and have an impact on the different enzymes and processes in our cells, our DNA, to hack in to say, have a different outcome, so that genetics is no longer your destiny, right? So even if you were born with cancer genes or cholesterol genes, we can actually help. And this market is expected to be $17 trillion by 2023. That's in the next few years, guys. So this is now science. People, after some of you hear this for the first time, I always tell people, it's going to sound too good to be true. It's going to sound like, no way. If this is everything you're saying, Tara and Christi, if everything is true, then why wouldn't this be on the shelf? Why wouldn't this be available all day, every day to everyone? First of all, it's on a website. It is available all day, everybody. But we actually started as a retail company. We were, a small science biotech company. We are still publicly traded for more than probably, 15 years now. I think our company started in 1998. We started producing products on the shelf at GNC's, Whole Foods, Vitamin Shops, CVS's from 2003 to 2009. And the big breakthrough was this ABC Primetime Investigative Report that aired in 2005. And if you haven't seen that, you can go to biohackandactivate.com, biohackandactivate.com, and watch that news clip that said, just a flurry of research and all around the world. In fact, over 47 universities and institutions have studied our product. 26 of those studies have been peer-reviewed and published. So it's a big deal. I don't think you can go into your vitamin cabinet and find a single vitamin in your cabinet that has had 26 peer-reviewed patented studies and also patents. But here's why we need something beyond just eating right and exercising and getting a good amount of sleep. Because the environment we live in the last couple hundred years since the Industrial Revolution has drastically changed. Your grandparents didn't live in the toxic environment that we are in, so it's only natural that you're going to take things that your grandmother never heard of. So if your grandmother and grandfather glaze over at the idea of nutrigenomics, it's okay. That doesn't make sense to them, because most of them grew up probably as farmers or near farms, or, a couple hundred years ago, 97% of Americans were farmers. Every day was leg day. There was no such thing as a gym. Nobody went and pumped iron. They were baling hay every day and, picking crops and digging and, all these things. They were working out. Everything was free range and wild caught. They didn't have a grocery store with 480,000 products on the shelf with added sugar, which we are highly addicted to. I don't know why beef broth, Swanson's beef broth, go look if you don't believe me, it has sugar in it. Why? Because it makes us addicted and we want to eat it. We didn't have the air pollution because there was no factories and people weren't sitting. They say lethargy, sitting for hours and hours at a time is the new smoking. It's like, people need to get up, they need to move, but are constantly being hijacked. From the EMFs floating through the air from these wonderful devices. Oh, when I see them in people's bras, I'm like, take it out of your bra. You're just putting like electrodes into your body. You're disrupting your energy. Like, keep them away. There's nothing that can't, wait for you to have a good night's sleep. Put it in a different room. But we are being hijacked physically, emotionally, biochemically, all the toxins. They say the average American and probably North American is exposed to about 80,000 unique toxins every day. Food, water, air, things that we put on, the household cleaners, it's everywhere. And our cells are being overworked. And this is leading to disasters inside of our cells. So biohacking means taking back control, giving your body more of an even playing field for the environment that we actually live in, which was different 50 years ago and 100 years ago, and to even like these are only 20-something years old, right? So we're going to talk about that. And what we found, and this is don't just take Christi and I's word for it. This has been validated by over 180,000, probably coming up to 190,000 studies showing that the root cause of disease, the diseases that we don't want, 80% of the deaths are going to be cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. That's 80%, right? These are all stemming from one major cause. There are other theories of aging. We're going to talk about 3 of them today. But one of the major causes is oxidative stress. It is the rusting of your cell. I like to use this analogy. Imagine your mother put a beautiful metal shiny nail on the front porch. And even if it wasn't, rained on, if it was just sitting there in the oxygen all your life, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, what would your nail look like? The older you are, the worse your nail is going to look like. But what if you had rubbed an antioxidant on it? Antioxidant. We throw that word around. Eat your blueberries. They have antioxidants. Your kale. We're pretending to like kale, right?
I do like kale. Dave is pretending to like
kale. Dave is pretending to like kale. Chris, my husband, is like, I don't like kale. But antioxidants, and we throw that word around, we hear it. You got to drink your antioxidants. It means stopping oxidation, because the problem is oxidation. It's the rusting, and it leads to a whole host of diseases, over 220 of them. So it only makes sense that we would want to address this on a cellular level with antioxidants. Only we have a problem. This is what I should have done. I'll go back. Here's what's the problem, is that when you eat them, I love blueberries, and it's one of the highest antioxidants that we have, other than like things like exotic fruits like the acai berry, which was the main ingredient in the first company that drew me into this industry about an antioxidant drink, right? Because I knew that it was helping. It was the good guys. But you eat a serving of blueberries and it's 6,700 antioxidants. Sounds like a lot compared to orange. It is, and orange is only 1,100. However, you have 37 trillion cells, and every one of them has millions of oxygen molecules. So you're really not doing much, right? You're pouring a Dixie cup on a forest fire. Well, what if we gave you, an entire troop of firemen and they were raining down on your forest fire? And that's what activation is. Because every molecule of your body's own antioxidant, which is called SOD, we'll talk about that, is 1 million. 1 million antioxidants, and every one of your 37 trillion cells has superoxide dismutase. And taking 1 protandim a day for 30 days increases the entire production of those antioxidants in all 37 trillion of your cells by 30%. And what that means is it translates to lowering the oxidative stress in humans, in dogs, in mice, every mammal ever tested, by an average of 40%. So we can't say we have the cure for cancer or heart disease, but what we can say is we know that oxidative stress is a problem, and we can help you reduce that 40% in the first month, and it continues going down month over month over month. The longer you take it, the better you are. And they actually said on a news clip that after a month on our product, you can no longer tell the difference in a microscope, a cell of an 80-year-old versus a cell of an infant. I don't know about you, Christi, but I want to be like aging backwards. I want to look good. I want to preserve what God gave me is, my only regret is I wish I would have heard about this, when I was born. So, I wanted to say that every one of your cells have superoxide dismutase. And even if they only started with 10 and 30% more is 3, that's 3 million antioxidants times 37 trillion. You're talking about 12 sextillion. It's a lot of antioxidants. Could you guys ever eat that? You can't. So this is why Nrf2 activation, remember biohacking, Nrf2 is a protein messenger that gets in your cells, binds to your DNA, and says, produce more of these life-changing enzymes that are going to make a difference, because we need to hack them in the world that we live in today. We need to increase those because we're working harder, we're more toxic, and our energy production is higher than ever through our mitochondria, trying to keep us alive in this environment. So that translates to longer life. We are now the only supplement that has been proven to extend life in male mice. I don't know what happened to the females, but it was by 7%. And this was done by the US government. This was the National Institute of Aging. Their sole purpose is finding out why people age, which aging is disease. It's all the same cause. Same thing that causes wrinkles causes cancer. So this is a good thing. This is why Nrf2 activation was called the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, not of nutrition, of medicine. There is now over 13,000 studies on Nrf2. So this is something that is very big. This is something that is very relevant. But there are other theories of aging. Oh, and by the way, if you try to go to Amazon or a vitamin store, an herbal store, and try to get these in any amount and just say, oh, I'm just going to take these 5 herbs. This is why you don't do that. Number one, I don't know if the quality is, the same as ours. We test every single ingredient for arsenic and metal and all these horrible things you don't want in pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. And then we test for purity, and then we test our final product. But aside from that, if you took the 5 ingredients, see how much effective they are? When the red line is when you take them together in our patented formula, they're 1,800% more effective than taking them separately. So it is a synergistic, they magnify the effects of each other. So don't take our word for it, because we're just 2 cute girls that just, travel around spreading good health. It's been published, the American Heart Association, you guys, the National Institute of Aging, Harvard, and, published in the Circulation by American Heart Association. We have cardiologists in our company because they said if the Circulation is talking about this, it's got to be real. It's got to be legit. So you can do your own research. Again, if you go to biohackandactivate.com, you have a research tab, research your heart out. So after 13 and a half years, and by the way, we've sold over 25 million bottles of Proteandum. We became a direct sales company in 2009 because nobody was walking into GNC and saying, hey, do you have an Nrf2 activator? And so it made sense to give it into the hands of myself and Christi and people like us, because we had experiences, and then we tell people they have great experiences, and they tell people, in fact, 20% of the distributors in our company were actually just a customer that had a result. And we have a lot of people that have had great results. So if you're listening to this and there's something you're working through health-wise, just contact the person who invited you here and ask them if this might be a good fit for you. It might help you, because we can definitely do some research. We can't guarantee it because we don't make claims, but we can help you. So one of the other most significant theories of aging, oxidative stress being one of the most studied, being almost 200,000 studies, knowing that oxidative stress is a very big antagonist for our health. One of the other major theories of aging, and you can find a lot of research on this now, is mitochondrial dysfunction. So mitochondria are in every one of your cells. In fact, brain cells and ovary cells, I know for sure, have up to 100,000 mitochondria in a single cell. So these are little power plants, right? And they keep your body alive. Put it this way. If all of your mitochondria stopped working at the second, you would drop dead. Keeps your heart going. It keeps your brain. It keeps your blood circulating. You can't live without mitochondria. And David Sinclair, actually this Harvard doctor said, I was watching a YouTube the other day, he said, it's more of it's almost like a bacteria that we harnessed sometime in our evolution that is its own little culture inside. We give it glucose, it gives us ATP, which is energy. But it also has a byproduct. The byproduct is those oxygen molecules, which over time will actually start attacking their own mitochondria. This leads to poor energy production. It can lead to cardiovascular problems. It can lead to brain problems. Brain health and cardiovascular are the two most important. And so get the power back on. This helps with the biogenesis, which is the forming of new mitochondria, repairing them, keeping their performance peak, right? Because you want energy. You need energy for everything that your body does. So this is Nrf1 is for mitochondrial health. And then our newest baby, this was literally just launched October 4th, right? What's today, October 18th? So 2 weeks ago today, 2 weeks. So this is hot off the press. And this is one of the reasons that we have this webinar today is to tell you about NAD. There's a lot of research on NAD, but what it does is increases this new protein. It's not new, it's an ancient protein. There's a family of proteins called sirtuins. Sirtuins are important. In fact, let me tell you how important they are.
How's your sirtuin doing?
How's your sirtuin doing? My sirtuin doing is awesome because I took my NAD about an hour ago. Could you tell? So let me explain. Okay, and by the way, this book was just published last month. This is research for years and years. In fact, our company has been researching this. This is 4 years in the making, right? Okay, sirtuins. The sirtuins order our bodies to buckle down in times of stress and protect us against the major diseases of aging. Diabetes and heart disease, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, even cancer. They mute the chronic overactive inflammation that drives diseases such as atherosclerosis, that's a mouthful, metabolic disorders, ulcerative colitis, arthritis, and asthma. They prevent cell death and boost mitochondria, the power packs of your cells. They go to battle with muscle wasting, osteoporosis, and macular degeneration. In studies on mice, activating the sirtuins can improve DNA repair, boost memory, increase exercise endurance, which I have actually really noticed, and help, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, help the mice stay thin regardless of what they eat. These are not wild guesses as to their power. Scientists have established all of this in peer-reviewed studies published in journals such as Nature, Cell, and Science. Holy wow. And this is really important for longevity. Autophagy. Autophagy is the cleaning of the debris and toxins that have been building up in your cells since you were born, probably. Improves mental focus, concentration, mental and physical energy because your body is cleaning out all the gunk. And it's working better. Helps the inflammatory response, maintaining cholesterol with RD that's in the healthy range, and your vascular system. This is pretty important. Your vascular system's keeping you alive. So if you look, sirtuin activity declines drastically with age. In fact, if you're over 40, it could be up to 60% depleted from when you were born. They found that caloric restriction that nobody wants to do, it's very unhealthy to do for a long term. I mean, we're talking about reducing your calories to like 600 to 800 a day. I think for my husband, if you guys saw me 6'6", that's like literally a snack. But caloric restriction actually is the only thing they have found to increase sirtuin activity, except for now they have found it NAD does. And so if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, in 24 hours, caloric restriction will, give you a 94% increase in sirtuin activity. Our patent pending product, our new product we just launched, increases it by 100% in 24 hours, where the competition after 24 hours is only at 2%. So you really truly get what you pay for. And I think one of them is actually synthetic. There's one on the product on the market that you're going to get, as soon as you start Googling NAD and sirtuins, you're going to get hit with, by the way, on your Facebook ads. They're spending a lot of money on ads, is actually synthetic. So you get what you pay for. Now, I know these are really small, so I apologize. I don't know if there's any way to zoom in, but I want you to look at the charts. The first box on the left, the first columns, it says 40% and 51% is Nrf2 by itself. So our first flagship product by ourselves, in terms of this one gene is responsible for the antioxidant production and detoxification. The other gene tested was responsible for the healthy inflammation response. Now, it was increased by our flagship product 40 and 51% respectively. When we added the other products, the mitochondria product, the Nrf1 and the NAD, it went to 78%, and drum roll, 849%. Literally skyrockets. Again, synergy. They magnify each other. So yes, if you want the healthy inflammation response 51% boosted, take Nrf1. If you want it 849% boosted, take all three. They work together. This was mind-blowing to me. Go all the way to the right. The Nrf1, the mitochondria repair by itself, for metabolic functions, the first gene, the mitochondrial biogenesis, the making of new mitochondria, you can increase it 71% by just taking our product, or taking all three, you can boost your mitochondria, new birth of mitochondria 120%, right? The metabolic functions going from 65 to 90%. Now, NAD, you can also take this by itself. There's whole companies that this is all they actually sell is NAD. And we proved that our NAD, our new product, increases the NAD recycling by 12% if you take it, or the NAD synthesis, making the new NAD molecule that's going to increase your sirtuin activity by 100%, 12%. Now, if you take the other two products with it, it goes from 12% to 227%. You're literally almost 20xing it. So now imagine what sirtuin activity is going on when you actually increase your NAD by 227% versus 12%. 12% was enough to give you 100% activity of sirtuin. Now there is a choke point. You don't need too much sirtuin. So there is a point where your body will create enough to take care of everything. And by the way, then this guy who is Time Magazine's most influential person of the year in 2014, very well-respected doctor in the field of anti-aging, his new book in 2020 is going to be called, it's already, he's writing it right now, Just in Time, The Discovery of Sirtuins and How They Will Change Everything. That's another book that's going to be published next year. So this is big time, guys. So when people say, what would you take? All three of them for $4 a day. It's $125.99. $4 a day, I will find something to take out of my life to get the kind of results, reducing my oxidative stress, supporting my mitochondria, increasing sirtuins, the three most studied, most relative, and most impactful to this date studies, theories of aging. And I don't know about you, but
you know what's blowing me away is that we are so far ahead of the game. Like we're like 10, 20 steps ahead of anybody else before the book's even written.
I know.
That's what blows me away.
Who is the brilliant person that's been studying this for 4 years? So I know Christi, she works at, she has worked with medical aesthetics and
skin.
That's why she looks so young and beautiful. So we found out that Nrf2 can actually be activated topically. In fact, I don't know if you want to pull up the Nrf2 science. So you don't need to add retinol and collagen and elastin and all these things to your skin. All you have to do is tell your skin, the cells in it, to do that. Tell it to recode it to say biohack to, hey, we need elastin, let's firm up. Hey, we need collagen, let's make it. Hey, we need to detoxify. Your body knows how to do it. So the Nrf2 activation actually works topically as well. This is patented. This is clinically proven. I don't know about you, but I'm 46 and I have zero crow's feet. I used to actually have crow's feet. I've been using this 4 years, every day, twice a day. And so let me show you what it does on human skin. So this is a human cell. So this is adding retinol. If you can see how thin the dermis is, see that little line? And look at how bloated the cells are. See how disorganized they are? That's 7 days on vitamin A, which is retinol. Same human. Now look, 7 days on our patented Nrf2. See how thick the dermis is and how organized and unbloated the cells are? That's real science, you guys. So this works. And why? Because it's activating the Nrf2 topically. So now you can put this breakthrough in your skin. The entire regimen, you got a cleanser, you got a toner and a serum in one, you got an eye serum and a cream that's day and night, $140. And honestly, it probably lasts me 6 to 8 weeks. A lot of people say it lasts them 8 to 10 weeks. So you're talking free shipping. It's the best. It is the best bargain for a quality skincare in the entire world, in my opinion.
Can I just mention something?
Please,
like that? So if you think about skin concerns like acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, skin cancers, even wrinkles, even sunspots, that's actually all inflammation on the skin. And most of it is coming from within. So just being on like the Tri-Synergy, gut health with our probio, which we're going to talk about, omegas, which we're going to talk about, that is all feeding the skin and bringing down the inflammation and really biohacking the skin from the inside. And then add to that the Nrf2 activation on top. it's like a game changer.
Oh
guys.
yeah. I feel like I'm actually getting younger. I mean, I'm 72. How do I look?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people are taking probiotics. There's a lot of research saying that we need to for gut health, because now your immune system really starts in your gut. A healthy gut is a healthy body. An unhealthy gut is an unhealthy body. And that's been proven over and over again. However, 96% of the average capsule probiotic on the market, 96% of it gets churned up in the stomach and doesn't survive. So we use a patented technology called BioTrack, which delivers 60%. So we have a, 1,500% more effective getting there. We also put Wellmune, which is an immune booster, in there as well. Great, amazing product. It helps you feel full faster, and it's going to get that gut bacteria, the ones you want. We use the 6 most scientifically studied and most effective strains in our product. And then omegas. It's not that we're not getting omegas, we're getting the wrong ratio. We need 1 omega-3 technically for every 6. And right now we're getting 1 omega-3 for every 16 omega-6s. And that's a really bad ratio, because your body uses what it has before what it needs. And we need omega-3s for our brain, for our skin, for our immune, for inflammation. And then there's also, so we don't have any 6s. Do not use a product with 6 omega-6s. Throw it out. It's garbage. Don't use one. Oh, I've seen them with corn oil and hydrogenated oil. I was like, oh, what are people taking? Omega-7 is like the little omega cousin I didn't know that existed. It's really good for activating your metabolism. We also put about 800 IUs of vitamin D in it. There's studies that showed about 100 million Americans, which is 1 out of 3, has a vitamin D deficiency. Now, if you have a serious deficiency, most likely your doctor, nutritionist is going to put you on 5,000 to 10,000. So this wouldn't be enough, but it's good for everyone, because we are sitting inside, we're not getting enough sun, etc., to actually get a little bit more vitamin D. And there's a whole health benefits host that come with vitamin D. And again, we use good, pure, double distilled, no mercury, no nothing, no garbage, and sustainable farming. Now this is physique, weight management. Only 242 million Americans are overweight. So people are always looking. We have a prebiotic, which actually helps to grow the probiotics. Works great. So again, because a healthy gut will lead to better weight loss. People all of a sudden are in really bad shape. They're drinking sodas all day and coffee, and then they all of a sudden like, oh, I'm drinking water and salads and I'm not losing weight. You got to get your gut healthy first. And then we also have a fat burner, clinically proven to burn fat. If you see these, the dark line was the placebo, the light blue line is in a 12-week study. They had 95 people with a BMI greater than 27, right? Men and women. And the women were told to consume 1,800 to 2,000 calories, men 2,000, 2,500 calories. And that's it. They didn't tell them to exercise, nothing. They just gave one set of pills and said, you have to be between these calories. And look at the reduction in hip size, 262% more than the placebo. Reduction of abdominal fat, the bad fat, 254% over the placebo. Guys, it's again without exercise. Reduction of waist size, 263% more than the placebo, and increase in FFA, which is do you know what FFA is? It's a molecule that's necessary to burn fat. I think it's something free fatty acids or something like that. And 964%. So it works. It's a fat burner. It's all natural, and it's amazing.
I think this guy's blown away by his.
I know. Look at that. Oh, that's funny. He's like, whoa. And then, of course, one of the newest members, about a year ago, we launched the first Nrf2 activated hair care. It helps to protect. It's clean. It's completely non-toxic. It helps to clean your hair without the harmful surfactants. It's not stripping your oils. It's creating a healthy flora. So if you have really dry or really oily hair, it's going to help to stabilize that with no garbage, no parabens, no sulfates, no gluten, no silicones, no phthalates, no artificial colors, no animal derivatives. Lanatellus is Nrf2 activation. It's going to help your body. Alpha Scalp is going to moisturize and protect the scalp. And Hair Janelle. Hair Janelle is the active ingredient in that little serum. It is a scalp serum. It's not a hair serum, it's a scalp serum. And it can regrow, it can thicken, it can protect the scalp. It can also start growing thicker hair. Look at Christi's, oh wow, look at that.
From 10/26/18 to 12/5/18. So what, about 6 weeks?
Right there. See, look at that. Look at the thickness. Wow.
I'm a little embarrassed by those, but I'm sacrificing.
Right. Now, bad news for people who are bald, there is no reviving the dead. If your follicle is dead, but a lot of times it's not dead. It's just really thin. And then all of a sudden you thicken it. Well, imagine thickening millions of hairs on your head. It's going to thicken all of your hair. In fact, I've been using it for about a year now, and I have all these hairs about this long, which I do. They're sticking up everywhere. That's awful. And that's not awful, but imagine my hair when it's all grown out, I'm going to have double the thickest hair. It's awful. And 58% less hair breakage in our 8-day study. It's amazing. All right. And then for those people who have furry babies, like I just came to the furry world this year, same ingredients as our flagship product, those 5 herbs. We have clinical studies on dogs. People can argue that there might be a placebo effect with adults. You don't on dogs. The dog just takes the vitamin. And we have 2 or 3 clinical studies showing how much it helped them increase their playfulness, their energy, their joint health, because it has glucosamine in it, supports their hearing and their eyesight because we add omegas. So it's a 5 ingredients plus omegas plus glucosamine. And my dog's little. I only have to give her a half a pill a month. So it's like $13 a month for my dog. And it is going to Nrf2 activate. It's going to reduce oxidative stress in the dogs as well. So if you want your furry babies to live longer, give them Pet Tandem. And then Axio. I was just drinking one of those. It's our healthy energy drink. People are reaching for something every morning to get them awake and stay awake. But most of the stuff is garbage. They're putting cow's milk, sweeteners, caramel coloring, all these additives, dye, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like, what is it? The unicorn frappuccino macchiato. Is that even coffee anymore? You know what I mean? Like, it's got 450 calories. It's full of garbage. But becomes a trend because, it's cool looking. Well, guys, it's not cool for your body. So I love that our Axio is convenient. It's little packages. We have 5 different flavors, 3 caffeine, 100 milligrams caffeine. To put in perspective, an average cup of Starbucks has like 300 milligrams. But it's no artificial colors, flavors, sweetener. It's all non-GMO. It's full of B vitamins, magnesium, quercetin, pine bark, which is also Nrf2 activating. So you're getting Nrf2 activation also in your energy. And we, again, have caffeine-free options for people like pregnant, nursing women, or kids, safe for kids. And it's just great to wake up your brain instead of giving you a stimulant. Also helps. No, that's why we're all happy. Look, all this stuff is for positive mood. Gosh. See, just join our company and you'll be happy.
You're so happy.
So here's a snapshot of all of our product lines. We have weight management, skin, hair, cellular health, energy on the go. What a great product line. And it's the stories, we could probably go on and on. I have now almost 70,000 customers and distributors, about 60,000 customers in our team, thousands and thousands of stories that you wouldn't believe. So again, ask somebody in our community what it can do for you. Again, we can't make any guarantees other than it can help your aches and pains, your mood, your sleep, and make you feel better and make your oxidative stress go down. But it goes far beyond that, right?
Absolutely.
So as you can see, we're very excited about this. We're confident. Christi and I and our husbands and our children take this product every day and we share it anyway. Like, I want my friends to live longer, healthier, better lives, right? So social entrepreneurship is the new wave, right? If I go to a restaurant and I like it, I might say, hey, Christi, have you tried this restaurant? You've got to go. Only the restaurant's not paying me. Well, we pay people to refer people to our products because we want it. Now if you don't want to be a customer, that's fine. But if you're an entrepreneur at all, you can see that this publicly traded biotech company, our stock's increasing, our product portfolio is going up. We're expanding into new countries. Actually, here, I'll show you. We have why our company, 10 years. So we're solid, we're stable. We had our best year ever this last year. Third-party validation, studies, international expansion, proven corporate leadership, science-backed products that are affordable, that are delivering results. But we're in a new economy. I mean, we're the first generation in human history that can build a global business. Like she said, I make almost actually $1 million a year now, and I work mostly from my phone. Everything we do, I can share information, I can order product, I can send my link, I can follow up, I can communicate, I can, sign up a new customer. I can do it all from my phone, right? Uber has changed the way we go. I don't ever call a cab anymore because they smell like cigarettes and throw up, and I don't know when they're coming, and I don't know who's going to drive them, right? But I love Uber. It's changed the way we, transportation. Airbnb has changed lodging. I now don't go looking for hotels because I have a family and I'm not sharing a room anymore that's this big with 3 giant humans, 4 actually, including my husband. So I look for Airbnbs, right? And it's an app. My aunt just turned her property, her second home, into an income producing, and she does it all from her phone. Facebook is a change. We connect, right? We used to actually have to go and sit and look through photo albums. Now we can just pop on Facebook 20 minutes after your wedding and see the whole thing. We can see what gender you're having, when you're due, what your kids wore for Halloween, when's first day of school, what grade they're in, their graduation photos. Everything has changed. Technology. We spend so much time on these things now. And of course, Amazon. Man, I'm like pretty aware. I could be like, coconut oil is around $11 and I'll be in the store and it's like 17. I will go on Amazon, my app, and I will look at the same brand. And if it's cheaper on Amazon, I will order it from right there. Right?
The beauty too is that people love, like our customers love it. They can buy their products from our website just as easy as they can off of Amazon, and then it's shipped to their doorstep within 3 to 5 days.
I know. I almost feel guilty.
Love that.
It's so easy what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have no physical locations. Like my business is now doing $20 million a year, and I don't have a single location. I don't have any assets. I don't have any inventory except for what my family uses. I have a beautiful website and online portal that I don't have to pay for. My husband had a traditional business. He spent thousands of dollars setting up his website and then hosting fees every month were $30 or $40 and all this maintenance and trying to drive traffic. We get these beautiful websites for free, apps for free. And we have access to over $500 billion in market share. Look at $67 billion is being spent on dog supplements. And we have science and studies to confirm ours. I don't know about the other products, but
very unique products.
Very unique. Original. Yeah. People are already spending money in these categories. We're just giving them more affordable science-backed products with quality ingredients that are non-toxic for your skin, for your hair. All of our products are non-toxic. That's the most important thing for me, especially when giving them to my children. And we're now open in 21 countries. Many of these have opened since the 4 years I've been here and the 3 years Christi's been here. So all we're doing is building a network of consumers. That's our foremost goal, is to get people on this product. And about 9 out of 10 people in our teams are just customers that are ordering and enjoying the benefits of the products. But every once in a while, about 1 out of 10 people says, you know what? Everyone I know could use this. Everyone I know wants to live a longer, healthier, more quality life, or better skin, or better hair, or that convenient energy on the go. And they decide to partner up with us. And again, you get this free replicated websites. Look at these shopping carts. You can actually put all these things in a shopping cart and share a link so that your customer goes straight there. You get paid 40% your first month, and an average of 5% of your team sells month after month. And those are just 2 of the ways you can get paid over and over again. Imagine, that's why I'm making the money I'm making. And 5% of 20 million is $1 million. See, all you have to do is build a network of people consuming our product, and you can change your life financially. Here's what some of our people are making. A Pro 3 is someone that wants to make about $8,000 a year. That means you've got about $5,000 in sales going through your organization, through your customers and your distributors every single month. It's going to earn you about $8,000 a year. Pro 5, those are people that are earning about $35,000 a year. That's people that have about 20,000 in volume or sales going through your organization. You can do that part-time. We have people who've done Pro 5 in their first month. Some people take 6 months, some people take a year. But to earn a $35,000 a year, kind of like, not really residual, but passive income coming in by your network is pretty awesome. Christi, here's a Pro 7. The average Pro 7 makes $150,000 a year. That would be a pretty good full-time income
Absolutely.
For most people, right? And one more, and she can retire her husband once she gets to Pro 8. Pro 7s have 100,000 in volume, or sales going through the organization. Pro 8s, look at that. This is what I call doctor money, $300,000 a year. Those are people who build a network that are doing 200,000 in sales. I'm a Pro 9. We've got Pro 10s in our company, Pro 11s. Can you imagine making $100,000 a month? Well, we have a gal on my team that's going to be making $100,000 a month this month. Pro 10, 4 years. 4 years. What if it take you 10 to make $1 million a year? It's worth it.
Absolutely.
So people say, can I do this? Well, we thought the same thing 12 years ago and 4 years ago. And what we found is, yes, anyone can do it if you want to, if you make the decision to. We have mentorship. We have a system. We teach people everything we just said. We recorded this today. So you don't even have to like say what we just said. All you have to do is share this recording to get the information to another person and say, hey, maybe this is for you. Maybe it's not. Hey, mom, I heard you having some wrist pain. You got to watch this. We might be able to help you. Or, hey, friend, I know you're struggling financially. Maybe this is the answer for you. We have Facebook groups. We have live events. We have virtual events. We have so much training for free. We have events that you can pay a nominal fee to go to. Honestly, this is I can't imagine what other industries could we make, like where you could make the kind of money I did while raising 3 kids.
There's really no other
Does
industry.
anybody have any ideas?
And aside from that, like, we're serving others, right? And we know that the statistics show that when you're serving others, that you are more happy, you're more satisfied, you're more fulfilled, and we're helping others in their health and living a more quality life. Like, this has been the most fulfilling work I've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been in the 22 years helping people look good and feel good, and this is by far.
Yeah, I can't think of a more noble way to make money than changing the way people feel, changing the way they look, helping them live longer, and helping them earn income. That's like a trifecta of amazingness. So, decision time. Are you interested in biohacking? Become a customer. Choose your level of biohacking. I would absolutely recommend our Trice Energizer. That would be a must. And if you're a woman and you're already using good, high quality skincare, when you're done with your current regimen, call and get this. It's probably less expensive and better than what you're using. Our hair care, if you use high quality hair care, this is non-toxic, this is proven, this is amazing. Whatever it is, replace what you're already spending money on. Don't go spend a bunch more money, but just go reevaluate what you can. Throw away all the vitamins that don't have any studies and are not helping you. Please. Live longer, please. Become a customer, right? Join our movement. We need millions of people like Christi and I. We need millions of people to get to everyone. We have 2 billion people in the current markets that we're opening now. We need lots of people, not thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people like Christi and I. So join us. We'll teach you how you can do this part-time, spare time, small time, or big time. And if not, who do you know? Who do you know that needs better health? Who do you know that's struggling with their health? Who do you know that's struggling with their finances? We would love to talk about them. So we just want to say thank you from Colorado. And if you know anyone in Denver, we're going to be in Denver tonight. But thank you guys, and appreciate you. This is a wrap. And if you guys want the recording, I will send it out to you. And thanks for joining us today. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right.